Hey everyone! So good to see you all again. I hope the last week and a half has been great for you. When I did my last post, I was in a town called Paradise Valley, Arizona. Oh, and I tell you, it lives up to its name. It's so beautiful, you almost forget how blazing hot it is. So, in my last post, kind of catching up with you all, I brought up the topic of sibling rivalry. I have a few clients who have noticed an escalation in that, especially during the distance learning. So here we go. First and foremost, sibling rivalry is perfectly normal. It's not a reflection on you as a parent, nor is it a reflection on who your children are. As strange as it sounds, sibling rivalry within reasonable limits is actually a good thing. It teaches children how to work out differences with others. Even daily squabbles are good because they offer opportunities for successful conflict resolution. Sibling rivalry is necessary for their social and emotional development. Another plus of sibling rivalry is that, for the most part, there is no threat of an exit by one or the other, so that one way or another, some level of settlement or solution will be made rather than one or the other escaping and these disagreements not being handled. Bickering occurs because your children are perceiving that something is not right or fair, and because they lack the ability to express themselves, they will simply react. They do not yet have that developmental ability to step back and take account of how they are feeling and to have a more rational, objective look at what's going on. If we're honest, we have knee-jerk reactions to things that we perceive as less than ideal, unfair, or wrong. And we have the developmental ability to step back and notice our feelings and have a more rational, objective look at what's going on. So that's something to really keep in mind when your children are in the throes of a disagreement. Children have legitimate needs that they are trying to have met. They may seem nonsensical to us, but they are really important to your children. So we need to calmly and compassionately identify, acknowledge, and validate what their needs are and their feelings, and to help them find more productive and positive resolutions. To do this, we first need to come in with calm. We are not there to judge what happened, but rather to mediate by allowing each child the time they need to express their feelings and their needs without interruption by anyone else, ourselves included. There is no blame for either child, and we particularly do not want to see one child as more responsible or less capable than the other. So we're not holding an older child more accountable because they should know better, nor are we deeming a younger sibling incapable of defending themselves. Taking sides only exacerbates the conflicts between your children. Once we have taken the time to listen to each child without interruption or judgment, we can mediate. We do this by neutrally restating what happened, what each child was feeling, and what they were needing. Then, depending on the ages, we can coach them to problem solving. At times, the issue may resolve quickly, and we need to be prepared to be patient and allow the resolutions to come at their own pace. Forcing, demanding, or rushing it will prevent a solid solution. Now, I know some people feel that children need to work things out themselves. They feel that sort of staying out of, in earshot is good enough, just in case things escalate. In truth, this can actually increase aggressive behavior. Non-intervention when sibling rivalry is happening can cause your children to believe that you're actually endorsing their behavior. They figure mom and dad aren't saying anything, so it must be okay for me to treat my sibling and others like this. As well, if one child is getting the brunt of it for another, this can create some serious feelings of your child that things are helpless, things are hopeless, that they're unsupported, and that they're unworthy of the protection and guidance they need from their parents. Here are some important things to note when mediating sibling rivalry. When emotions are running high, it is not a good time to try and work things out in the moment. Their thinking brains are disconnected. when your mind is spinning out of control and your emotions are, spiraling, you just can't connect. Allow your children some time to cool down a bit before running the process. Even if it's a battle they've had before, over the same toy, the same game, whatever it may be, when children, or anyone for that matter, is in a hyper-reactive state, they cannot think clearly, and lessons that were learned before have simply flown out the window. Come into the situation calmly and model that for your children. While forgiveness comes more easily to children than for adults, I caution you to not make your child apologize if they are not truly feeling it. It would be disingenuous and lacks an authentic bid for forgiveness. As well, their sibling is going to realize they don't mean it. Give it time and be willing for them to make their own amends, and then leave it at that. Don't come back later expecting them to apologize. Without judgment, blame, or singling any one of your children out, restate what the family rules are in respect to how you treat one another. So, for example, when we're upset with one another, we will work it out. Hitting is not allowed. Notice times when your children are most likely to bicker with one another. Here are some common triggers, and see if some of these are familiar to you and your family. Are they trying to gain your attention? Are they hungry? Are they tired? Are they bored? Is there something that both of them want to use that is in limited supply? Is one or the other particularly grumpy, sad, or just off in general? Are they competing over something? Do they feel something is unfair? Again, remember that whatever they are feeling is legitimate to them, so be sure not to downplay it. Calmly listen without interruption or judgment. Accept, acknowledge, and validate whatever it is they need to express. Once you're able to recognize some of the suspected causes of sibling rivalry, you can do some preventative measures, such as being mindful if they are due for a nap, they didn't get a good night's sleep, or, maybe it's time to eat. This is definitely not one size fits all. There are many more facets to sibling rivalry, as well as varying levels and escalations their arguments can get to. I encourage you to post any questions you have, any concerns, suggestions, or you can direct message me as well and include your email or phone number if you would like a little more time on this topic. Until next time, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you all soon.